Faith Debate, where we talk about matters of faith, religion, and science in a fair and open-minded forum. So today we're going to talk about a very important question in today's society, and that is, without religion, would we be immoral? I posted this question up on Twitter and up on Facebook, and I got a lot of responses. And so I'm going to go through some of the big ones. I've heard a lot of good arguments on both sides of this discussion, and I'm going to weigh in on them in a minute. Now, the first response that I got to this question was from someone who was very in favor of saying that morality can come from religion. A friend of mine, actually, whose opinion I respect greatly, even though we differ on this point. He said, quite rightly, that most modern cultures are greatly influenced by religion. Religion is a big part of culture. There's no getting away from that. He also contends that because atheists will have a sense of morality that's influenced by culture, that you can be moral without religion, given that religion has already shaped your morals. So even though you don't subscribe to a church, your morality is going to be influenced because the church, whatever church, is a big part of society at large. Now, I really like this answer to the question. And the reason I like it is because of two things. One, it's unique. It's the first time I've heard an argument quite like that, and I've been trawling the internet for a very long time to answer this question. Two, a reason why I really like this answer is because it not only dodges the spirit of the question I was trying to ask, and do we derive our morals from religion, it assumes that to be true, and then operates on a, if we eliminated people believing in things right now, the culture that has benefited from the moral teachings of religion would continue to influence. So it is sort of half saying, yes, we do get our morals from religion, but we don't have to be religious to have those morals anymore. It was also argued by other people that the Ten Commandments set down the first proper moral blueprint, and that before then it was pretty much an eye for an eye, and that religion set that all straight. And the way it did that was that people killed and murdered before then, but Ten Commandments came along, religion came along and called that sin and provided a punishment. Okay, so I'm going to tackle these in reverse order. So the very last point, that it used to be an eye for an eye and that religion set that all straight, is unequivocally false. In fact, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth is very much a part of the Old Testament. That is, if you subscribe to the Judeo-Christian mythology. One need only look in a more easterly direction to find the proper rebuttal to this. In China. China was comparatively more moral than is being made out here. There wasn't widespread raping and pillaging. It was actually quite an educated society, and this was long before the credited writing of the Bible, at least according to the Bible's own history. Now, don't get me wrong, there were moral injustices in China around this time, but it wasn't a widespread orgy of violence and rape and murder and pillaging. Now, I could completely write off absolutely everything that my friends have said about the innate sort of morality preached by religion and cultures just by referencing dozens of tribal societies that have had little to no exposure to Western culture or Western religion, and they all have their own internal sense of morality that must have evolved in much the same way that our own internal sense of morality formed. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try and address the underlying assumption that we derive our morality from religion. Now, if we were only able to get our morality from religion, that means whatever teachings we found in the Bible, we would have to innately accept them as moral. Now, as it stands, anyone can read through the Bible and can pick passages that seem particularly amoral or immoral, and some passages that are particularly moral. And the only way that we can possibly do that is if we have some sort of independent criterion by which we can judge the morality of the content. And that comes from the exact same place that the foreign tribes have their sense of morality from. Evolved. And there are very good Darwinian explanations for morality, which I'm going to talk about in another video. I don't have enough time to talk about it in this one. So where do you stand on the issue? Do you think that our morals are divinely inspired, or do you think that they come from more naturalistic and a-religious means? Leave your answer in the comment section down below or a video response. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been Faith Debate, and I will see you next week.